Today on District Wire, Virginia voters prepare for a crucial election day. Citizens of that battleground state speak out on the importance of tomorrow's election.
And polling places around the nation's capital are getting ready for the election. Representatives from the National Board of Election are making sure that the election runs smoothly. District Wire News starts now.
Good evening, I'm Steve Dorsey.
And I'm Emily Jarvis.
Although D.C. and Virginia residents are separated less than a mile, the difference each will make at the polls tomorrow is pretty drastic. While the district is expected to be a blowout win for Democrats, Virginia is a key battleground state in the contest for the White House. Hugh Roberts reports.
Although only a stone's throw away, Washington, D.C. and Virginia differ drastically in their polls. Virginia still remains a battleground. Senator Barack Obama has a slim 8-point lead over McCain, according to the Washington Post. The district is overwhelmingly for Obama. The most recent poll shows him ahead by 69 points. Robert Lewis, a longtime Virginia resident, notices a difference in the state.
I think it's come to the point where people definitely really understand that something has to happen differently. It's enough about the red and the blue. It's just people need to see a change. And I think even Virginia now stepped up to the plate to say we need something different as well. So that's what I've definitely seen different from last election to even now, which is phenomenal to see.
Virginia's history shows it favors the Republican Party, while D.C. has been consistently Democratic.
A lot of it, I think, has to do with Virginia's history, though, too. With it being red for so long and now coming to the point where it actually has the potential to go blue. It's just, in D.C. is very much different in history than we are here in Virginia.
Many Virginia residents have still yet to choose, but for others, their mind has already been made up. In Arlington, Virginia, I'm Hugh Roberts, District Wire.
Election Day is tomorrow, and polling places around the district are preparing for record voter turnout. Casey Jenkins reports on how the Board of Elections is getting ready for Friday.
With less than 24 hours to go before polls open up, there is a lot of work to do to get ready for tomorrow. At polling places around D.C., the Board of Elections is setting up for the big day. At the Metropolitan Memorial United Methodist Church on Nebraska Avenue, Larry Williams and Tom Sider are pushing to get things done. There are booths for both paper and electronic ballots this year. So far, Larry thinks the process is moving along smoothly. At 1:30 this afternoon, a crew of 10 people will arrive to wire the booths and finish setting up signs and parking restrictions. Some voters have stopped by to familiarize themselves with parking, entrances, and other logistics. I'm standing in front of the polling place for Precinct 9, which includes Spring Valley voters. Officials are inside setting up right now, and given the magnitude of this election, they are warning voters to leave plenty of time tomorrow because the polls are expected to be the busiest that they have ever been. This particular site, parking may be difficult because there is another polling place across the street. The Horace School is also setting up right now. This year's historical election is expected to come with the largest turnout ever. Casey Jenkins, District Wire News.
And just a quick correction, that last story, polls open tomorrow, not Friday. But in a break of tradition that's unusual on this final day counting down to the general election, both candidates are on the offensive. Obama and McCain have continued to launch negative television ads in key battleground states. Obama is using part of a speech by Dick Cheney endorsing McCain to reinforce that Bush message of a third term. McCain, on the other hand, is airing a scathing attack on Obama's inexperience, a strategy which Hillary Clinton used against Obama in the Democratic primary race.
Students at American University are casting their votes in a different way. They're doing it with pies. Business fraternity Alpha Kappa Psi is holding their first pie-dential election today. For only $2, students can go at their opponent with ready-whip pies. Aisha Abbasi is a member of the fraternity. She says that this fundraiser is a great way to energize the campus about tomorrow's election.
Business fraternity, and today we're doing a fundraiser just to get people really excited about the election and just like get involved, come out here and cast their votes. All right.
So far, Obama and McCain are neck and neck. The money raised will go towards the fraternity's expenses as well as a scholarship they hope to offer next semester.
There are high expectations for a huge youth voter turnout this year, but will the absentee ballot make it just a little bit more difficult for college students to vote? Alessandra Torres has that story.
College students across the nation are revving up for Election Day. At American University, being far from home is not stopping students from making sure their vote counts. Jordan Krantz is a senior at AU. For him, the absentee ballot is an easy way to go through the voting process.
It was a lot more convenient than going to the polls. I didn't want to wait in the lines, and just wanted to get it over and done with so I didn't have to worry about it anymore.
Other students like Nicole Jensen thought it would be easier to register in D.C. and have the full polling experience.
And I wanted the experience of going into the booth and, really getting the experience of going to the polls.
Whether it be through the absentee ballot or by going to the polls, college students are acting on the enthusiasm that was sparked during this campaign. Alessandra Torres, District Wire News.
And coming up after the break, a Halloween drag race in DuPont Circle. There weren't any flashy cars involved, but instead, flashy clothes were the main theme. You don't want to miss this coming up.
The race for the White House just got a little more sexy. Hundreds of drag queens gathered in DuPont Circle to show off their political spirit.
And Viva Glam!
The annual Drag Queen Parade and High Heel Race has all the ingredients for the perfect DC event. Fabulous costumes, enormous cheering crowds, and most importantly, to die for 6-inch high heels. The 23rd annual affair brought in crowds of more than 20,000.
It's DC at its best, baby!
But with the election just days away, politics wasn't far from anyone's mind. Cindy McCain, Sarah Palin, and Michelle Obama were all on hand to gain support for their ticket.
I'm really out here to drum up some support for my husband because I've heard that he might not win Washington, D.C., and that really makes me sad. So I'm just trying to drum up some support, and hopefully we can push this blue state red.
Even Mayor Adrian Fenty, who grand marshaled the race, demonstrated his loyalty in this election.
Barack Obama!
But the race wasn't just about politics. The event culminated in a high heel race, a 90-second sprint down DuPont Circle. This year's winner, Craig Williams, dominated the competition, finishing in just over a minute. When the race began in 1986, there were only 4 runners. Now more than 100 festive drag queens sprint the 2 blocks down DuPont Circle. The event raises money for gay and lesbian awareness in D.C. That's all for the District Wire. Thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Jarvis.
And I'm Steve Dorsey. You can find today's newscast and all the others online at districtwirenews.com. Thanks for joining us.